I came out here to feed Panther this morning, and I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe they're gray vultures. They're just kind of hanging out on the tree in the front yard. Oh, there's a couple more over here too. Don just moved Ruby out for me. I have an itch to finish the floor before he comes out to work today, so it's only 11:30, and I'm gonna come knock the floor out. He's moving the boxes out of the way for me. A couple of the last boxes were a little on the heavy side. But I gotta make this floor sparkle. Well, I don't have to, I want to. I wanna make it sparkle. All right, everything is moved out of the way so that I can finish the area that needs to be finished. It's surprised at how dirty this spot is, because I know that I've cleaned it several times even when I haven't cleaned the rest of the floor, but that's where most of the work occurs. So let me knock this out so I can be happy about the floor. I just want to say I've seen some really great Tesla home garages on Facebook. They painted the walls red, they put the Tesla T up on the wall, they've got some gray accents, they look fantastic. Let me see how they look in 5 years, because it's really hard to keep a garage clean when you're opening and closing the door and driving vehicles in and out, and stuff comes in on the tires and spiders get in the garage because it's not really a sealed spot. And I sure hope that their clean mileage lasts longer than mine. But you know, it takes once or twice a year out here really going around with the vacuum cleaner for an hour or two to get the garage, you know, staying in shape. Don likes the spiders a little bit because they trap the mosquitoes. But I can only handle, I'm okay with spiders, but I can only just handle so many spiders. So yeah, there's a good place to look where I had cleaned that corner by hand a few days ago. The first thing I've done is I've wet the section up here under the cabinet. The next thing I'm going to do is spray some chemical on it. There is some soap in the water from the machine, but right now I'm using Kaboom because I used up all the 409. Both work well. And then I'm going to use that broom in all directions to loosen stuff up. And then I'll suck everything up and clean one more time with the floor thing. And then I'll move on to the next section. I don't know how good it shows up, but it's all sudsed right now. Of course, the suds fade over time, but I'm getting ready to rinse it. Rinse and then wipe. All right. I am officially done with the floor. I moved the floor mate back upstairs after I cleaned it up and dried it off, and we're gonna call her good. Now on Don's list is to get this bubble out of the floor, but since a 5,000-pound vehicle moved it, he said he's pretty much got to use one of the vehicles to pull it straight. It's not something you know, you want to do by hand. So I understand you had a Google Meet with some classmates for your finance class this morning. Mm-hmm. How did that go?
Well, Ms. Dixon talked about what we were going to be doing, the expectations for the the remainder of the school year.
And so what do you got to do?
Just she said that teachers are being asked to only post 1 to 2 assignments a week. So she's only going to really post 1 to 2 assignments a week.
Okay, so you got your assignment for this week?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, but she'll be posting it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, cool. Was it Google Meet like Zoom or different than Zoom, or?
Mostly like Zoom.
A little bit like Zoom. Okay. Did you enjoy seeing your classmates? Was most of the class on?
Yes.
Well, that's good. All right. So of course I took everything out of that under the stairwell closet, which is where the floor jacks and other car lifting stuff goes. And Don is putting casters on his shelf.
I have extra casters.
Yeah, a lot of them apparently, and so we can slide things around and make it easier to get that stuff in and out when we need to. So, you know, as with every part of this project, when we clean one spot, we stop to make things easier for ourselves the next time we want to use stuff.
Right.
I burned up 3 compartments of my 250 compartments of screws. I also have a filter now that if it's a slotted screw, I don't even keep it no more. I only...
That's because I'm filming you.
That's right. Well, that and this
That's not the drill with the magnet.
That's right. This doesn't have a magnet. And it's not magnetized yet. I haven't accidentally magnetized it sometimes.
So he's using up screws.
I'm using up screws. That's right. That's exactly what I'm doing.
And juggling casters and wood blocks.
Yes.
Just for fun.
Yeah, playing with the...
Now that looks ever so much better. So see what Don was doing? He wanted the floor jack to slide underneath the piece of wood, and the casters in the wood block raise it to the right height so he can set other stuff on top of the floor jack. Hey Donnie! He's on the last like 3 boxes, and then we're like carry up the rest of the stuff and we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna call the garage restoration complete.
That's right.
No pressure, but it's 20 till 6.
Yes, I know. Hopefully half hour will be done.
Well, that's the first time he sat down in 6 hours.
All day, yeah.
All day. Look behind him, guys. Look behind him.
That's right.
What happened to the Tesla sign?
What Tesla?
The one that used to be right there when you, in the early days, when you used to talk out here in the garage and say it's Tesla time.
I think it's underneath
It came down, right? And we just didn't reaffix it or something.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah. I like looked up there all of a sudden. I'm like, it's missing.
Yeah, well, I will get it back out.
Well, we're gonna call the garage cleanup complete.
Right, yeah.
Yes, just shake your head, go yes.
Yes, absolutely.
But that does not mean there aren't other projects. It just means they're not related to cleaning.
Right, I think the cleaning and organization is pretty much done. That's right, I agree.
Yeah, I think you had one electrical drawer over here. You were gonna take apart and put back together, maybe.
Right, I've got my little electronic circuits, LEDs.
Important stuff.
Right, buck boost converters, voltage regulators, and all that stuff. All my parts. I have a multi-drawer part thing for that, and I've just right now they're all in just that drawer over there. So I need to split them up and put them in their little compartments and stuff.
Yeah. Well, it looks good.
Yes, thank God.
Just don't ever get it dirty again.
Yeah, well,
Kidding.
I only have to do this whenever there's a pandemic.
Right, so we're good. We're good. Hopefully we're good.
No more.
Well, Don and I were serious that, you know, we're just so tired getting up at 5:30 in the morning. We don't have energy to do anything during the day.
No.
So we're just getting caught up on things that we were too tired to do. No time to do when we were on a regular schedule. Not that we're happy to have the time because of the pandemic, but if you're going to have it anyway, you might as well make good use of it. So,
yeah, I get to start working on our taxes now.
Right.
Yeah.
Amongst other little
Amongst
things.
other
Like I got a birdhouse I want you to hang.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
I blew the pad up here and all 3 cars off again, and I'm gonna make my Pokemon Go round through the environmental park and South Park and then put Ruby back in the garage. I am determined I am not missing a day in my car. There's a little bit more people here tonight. The white vehicle over there has a puppy dog. It's 76, so it's a much more enjoyable day today than yesterday. Wow, look at Ruby's view. Woohoo! So Don was missing one of his special screwdriver bits.
Yeah, off my Klein tool.
Hold up the Klein tool near your face. Yep. So he ordered a $6 mini screwdriver on Amazon. It came in the subscribe and save box today. To get the missing flathead Phillips, you know, the most important bit there is, yeah.
And it fits and it works. So now my screwdriver, my fancy Klein screwdriver is now back.
Hold it up higher, both of them, side by side, the 2 handles. Don says he would almost swear the same company that made the...
This is the $6 Klein knockoff, and this is the Klein tool, and I think this is like 22 bucks.
So not stupid expensive.
It's not stupid, but it's like expensive enough, and they don't. Best I could tell, I searched high and low for the bits, and this is the one I had lost. That one right there, of course, which is your number 2, and your standard slotted, and that's what this one came with. So now this one has only got that. Anyway, the point is, it worked great. It snaps right in there, stays in there. So I'm good to go.
What Don was impressed with, the reason I decided to film it was the quality of the little $6 guy. So I'll try and remember to put a link in today's video in case you're interested.
Yeah, so if you've got a fancy $22 Klein tool and you lose one of the bits, this little $6 tool apparently has all the bits the Klein tool's got, except for it's $6.
I encouraged Don to go ahead and order the only other tool we couldn't find, because I mean seriously, if we didn't find it, unless it's under the house on top of the hot water heater, it ain't around.
All right, and I liked the thought, Marianne's thought, you know, since it's the 10mm nut driver, it's like the most popular one. Oh, I have 2 of them.
That'd be handy.
Yeah.
Let's see if it'll do it twice back to back. Announce.
What's the announcement?
Dinner's ready.
Announcing.
Dinner's ready.